That's one I've used in the past. There's a lot of good ones.
Okay. All right, we'll call this meeting to order. This is the Auburn Redevelopment Commission. Start with roll call, please.
Danny Ketzenberg.
Here.
Shelley Smoltz.
Here.
Pete Kent.
Here.
Dan Rum.
Here.
Valerie will be absent. Eric Bowser.
Here.
All right, and recognition of visitors. We have Mayor Dave Clark, Clerk Treasurer Lori Pontius, Mayor's Executive Assistant Brandy Coburn, Business Development Andy Barand, City Attorney Zach Leitner, City Engineer Daryl McConnell, Fire Chief Doug Cox, Matt Faber, Ann Fincham from Auburn Main Street, Corey Heffelfinger, Police Chief, Nick Kappas from Auburn Development Group, Andy Barand, I said you, and Jim Cataract. Did I miss anybody? Thanks for being here. We have the minutes from the September 2nd meeting in front of you. Is there
Move to approve is read.
Second.
a motion and a second? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And the first of several claims, JPR invoice 0051734 in the amount of $365.40 for construction administration for the sidewalk improvements on State Road 8. Is there a motion?
Move to approve the JPR invoice for $365.40.
I'll second.
A motion and a second. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. And MF Projects has pay application number 5 for the State Road 8 sidewalk improvement project. This is the amount of $269,154.63. Is there a motion?
Move to approve app number 5, $269,154.63.
I'll
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Looks like the project is shown to be 82% complete. Matt, I see you're here. And Daryl, do you have something?
That's according to this pay app. The project is well beyond that. Things are going very, very well. I think in the next week or two, we should be wrapping up the project in 100%. So it's progressing nicely.
I had just a couple of questions. Some of the line items are showing over 100% completion. What is that for?
And that's typical. When you do the final as-built quantities, sometimes the quantities go over, hopefully by a minute amount. Sometimes we're under. There will be several items that went over. And I think it's mainly due towards like the curb. There was like 4 different types of curb out there. Well, we may not have we did all the curb, but it may have got placed in different line items. So we would have been over a little bit in this type of curb, but we would have been under in the other type. I think when it all settles out, we're going to be right there based on planned quantity. I think we're still going to be coming in under the contract amount is my hope. We'll know better here in the next week or two when we get our final quantities, measurable quantities for, I expect 2 more pay apps. There'll be a pay app in November, and then there'll be a final release of retainage pay app in December. But we're really getting really close to completing the project.
Very good. Thank you. Good, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just add real quick, and I shared this with Daryl last time I talked to him. A couple of the sidewalks that we put in there went through a couple of what were pretty nicely landscaped places that businesses had set up. And I really appreciate the fact that they were kept nice and made look nice, and like in front of Flagstar Bank or what eventually hopefully will be Beefaroo. I think we did a nice job of keeping those nicely landscaped. So I appreciate that effort.
Yep. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. Pay application was approved. The last one is for Leitner Law Firm for September items, particularly the forgivable loan documents, invoice number 1653 in the amount of $125. Is there a motion?
Make a motion, we approve Leitner Law Firm invoice number 1653 for $125.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried, and that's all the claims we have in front of us. Unfinished business. See none on the agenda. New business. We have 2 new facade grant applications and 1 request for payment for facade grant. Ann, would you like to present on these 3 items? Thank you so much. The first one on our list is Donovan Insurance.
So Donovan, Daniel Martin, the owner of the building, which we kind of know as Donovan Insurance, which is located on East 6th Street, they went through the Ball State program that we had last year and had some facade renderings completed along with a historical overview of their building. And so what you see presented is that recommendation that was done. It had taken him a little bit to get some of the bills in. And so we are expecting that his estimated cost, we put down for 30,000. It's really close to 30,000. He is expecting there'll probably be some surprises when they rip off the wood facade and the old board and bat that's there. They do want to take it back to the brick and then add new awnings. So really going to be a great improvement to that building. But we do know there's going to probably be some surprises to it. So he is looking for a full $15,000 in grant funding for the request and provided pictures. Do you have any questions about that request at all?
It looks like from the photos, it's going to be a nice improvement to the downtown.
Yeah, I don't know that we're in love with the cedar shakes that came through in the 70s, but I mean, it's held up for a long time. But if you look closely at the wood, it is something that I think he wants to address. It's had its age to it and it needs to be replaced, but he wants to take it back to the original. So.
If we don't have any questions for Ann about this application, then we need to make a vote on approval of the application for $15,000 reimbursement.
So I will make a motion to approve the Daniel Martin facade application for amount up to $15,000.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
So just to clarify, if, you know, you said that they were just under 30, but they're anticipating there being additional. He understands.
Well,
that
let
if he
me
comes-
just clarify that. So the total came to 29,735.
Right. So if he comes in at 2735, he's not going to get the
full.
He's going to get half.
Correct. It'll be what exactly it is.
And it's a reimbursement. So.
Correct.
Yeah. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, so that one is passed. And the next one on our list is the change order and payment request from Schaub.
So Bill Schaub's property over there at 107 East 9th Street. Hopefully you've gone by and looked at it. It's a really nice improvement. They replaced the windows, repainted the exterior. and change up the colors a little bit. So it is completed. It did come in a little bit over. The initial amount was $20,150, and the final project cost was $21,425. A lot of that had to do, I think, mainly with the windows, not so much the paint overruns. So I'm getting those exacting fits and then coming back through with the with the sides of it with the windows, so it blended in with the building the way it should appropriately. So that is completed. You have pictures of both the after along with the before. And if you have any questions, let me know. But we are looking to change that final amount to $10,712.50 for the final amount for the 50% match.
Does anyone wish to make a motion?
I'll move to approve the change form and payment request form for shop buildings to $10,712.50. Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the change. Any discussion? All those in
This-
favor? Oh,
I guess just real quick, does this require two separate votes? Do we have to approve the change or can we just approve the new amount?
I think since you already approved it up to a certain amount, I would do both.
Okay.
Just
mhm. The next one will be approving the payment,
Yep.
Yeah,
correct?
correct.
Okay.
Just to keep the record clear.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go ahead and vote on the change then. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, so we've approved the change to $10,712.50. Now we need to approve payment. They've provided us with copies of their canceled checks as requested.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the facade grant payment to William and Kim Schaub for $10,712.50.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. So
So
that's-
so I did want to just confirm that was the first, I think, issuance of a change form as far as the amount. Was there any additional information you might want to see with that? Or was that sufficient information for you to make a decision about the change?
that was very helpful to have that
Okay.
clearly stated. Was there anything else you needed, Lori? Okay. Thank you for doing that. And then the last one is for the Elks. This is a new request.
This is a new request for the Elks Building. They also went through the Ball State Facade Program in the previous year. And have been anxiously building up funds and looking forward to doing something with the building. I don't know if this will probably be done fully in phases, but the first request is to look at and reconstruct the front elevation of the building along with about 60 feet of the side, getting that all completed and redone. Their total cost is about $19,044, so about half of that is what we're looking at to approve for the initial grant request of $9,747.50.
Did this meet the requirements that were set
Mhm.
forth?
Yes.
Is there a motion?
Move to approve the request for Elks at $9,747.50.
Second.
Any discussion? Questions for Ann? Discussion? Nope. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carried.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ann. Thanks for all your work on the facade grant. Seems to be really picking up. It's good. Okay, and then the final new business item is the Auburn Development Group's request for payment of their first of 4 payments in the amount of $500,000 You were all provided with copies of invoices and a detailed analysis of the request. Nick, would you like to address the commission? Thanks.
Good afternoon. Good to see everyone again. So this is the first of the 4 requests for $500,000 reimbursement. As noted in the loan agreement, there's the different phase gates of 25%, 50, 75, and 100%. We believe we've met the 25% threshold with acquisition, environmental remediation. You can obviously see what's going on over there. We have a basement built out. We have the elevator and stair shafts going in. We're moving quite along quickly. Our lead investor has already put in a little over $3 million into this project. And, we're moving forward. As you can see, that's one of the biggest things I think we've been beating our drum for a while, is that this is something that we know the community wants, that is going to be huge for the downtown and the city overall over the next 100, 150 years, if not more. I'd love to see this building be there for hundreds of years. Obviously, I'd never see that. However, we believe that this partnership that we have is critical for the overall success. So we're here today, as per the agreement, to come forward and request that first $500,000 reimbursement here in 2025.
Questions for Nick? Have you heard anything on the Ready grant?
Yes. So, full good news today. And so the good news is that we're in our final stage, which is the compliance review. We had a few requests for follow-up, very easy things, like what was the actual start date? So that gets a little hairy, like acquisition versus when you put a shovel in the ground kind of thing. So we laid all that timeline out. We also talked about they asked us to redo their form. So we redid their form that they provided us. So we rebucketed things, just did all that. I have a meeting today with Jacob Irie from NEI, and we're going to go through all the finished responses and then look to submit that today as our final request for review for to receive that $2 million. So we were very fortunate to have the support from many in this room, especially calling down to the state and to the region. And I will say that I have bombarded NEI with many emails to see where we're at, because as they know, this is extremely important to this community in this region. So very excited to have that positive news and moving forward quicker than the others that are still in the backlog.
Anyone else have questions for Nick? Oh, thank you. With no further questions, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we find the Auburn Development Group to be in compliance with our agreement and release the first $500,000 payment.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, the motion carried, and we'll release that. Mr. Mayor, do you have something to talk about?
Good afternoon. Obviously, Mayor Dave Clark. Wanted to come to the commission today. In the 2025 budget, the commission historically and for this year has allocated $400,000 to beautification and parking lots and so forth. At the August 5th meeting, the commission approved Auburn Electric to order some lights for the next State Road 8 beautification project, which was just under $240,000. And we have received approval through FEMA to do a more solid surface unified parking lot over here on 8th Street, just east of the Holden County buildings. And engineers' cost on that is about $158,000, just over that amount. We have received approval from BZA, approval from the DeKalb Drainage Board. It does go in front of Plan Commission next Tuesday, which we hope to receive that approval. Upon their approval would be putting it out to bid. I believe, Daryl, was it later that week, next week?
Yep.
With bids coming in mid to late November, and hopefully awarding in December to do the project in the spring. But I'd like to ask for the commission to consider allocating funds up to around that 160 mark once we get those bids in, so we can complete this project next year. And it'll also tie into the Veterans Memorial. Right now, the only place they can park is on the street. So it'll be a huge benefit for that too. And we did receive the FEMA approval back in August to do this. So it serves a couple different purposes. And that's the request.
And this will be a public parking lot.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be non-restricted. Daryl, would we have 42 total spots? 3 of those were handicapped. That'll still be up on the north end where they're at currently. We were hoping to do a few more, but to meet the UDO requirements and the length of the stalls, we had to extend them a little bit. So we had to meet that 18-foot requirement. Any other questions?
This is going to be for the public, also for the place.
It's going to be unrestricted. You know, they get in early, so should be ample space, but it will not be a restricted parking lot upon completion. I don't believe in spending city tax dollars on fully funded private investments. Let's put it that way. So.
Have you included in your cost estimates signage to lead the public to that parking lot?
We did not. We didn't even look at those costs, but we had ordered some public parking signage for 5th Street and maybe an extra few $100.
It wasn't that expensive.
So-
It was like $25.
Okay.
But if we could, I mean, we'd be happy to include that, but we would hope to stay under that 160 mark, which is what's left allocated for 2025.
So the mayor is requesting that we allocate the remaining budgeted amount of $160,000, up to $160,000 to completion of this parking lot from the 2025 budget.
Yeah, we would hope to award and give notice to proceed first meeting in December.
Okay.
So.
Any other questions for the mayor?
Thanks.
Thank you, Mayor. Does anyone wish to make a motion?
I will make a motion that we allocate up to $160,000 for this project, pending required outstanding approvals.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion?
This was already, so that is this already included in a bucket of money that we've had set for the city?
Correct.
So that this isn't out of the tertiary line.
Right. We budgeted $400,000 for downtown improvements and parking, just in
And this
general.
would come out of that bucket.
Mhm.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, we have a motion and a second. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, motion carried. Our next meeting is November 4th. At that time, we'll need to approve our annual spending plan, which will be filed by Lori to the DLGF by December 1st. And I will give you each a hard copy of our last year's spending plan so you can just look that over, find it easily before you leave today. Any further discussion?
Move we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you.